Morning everybody, welcome to the last maths lesson for this week where we're going to be looking at the division symbol. So we're going to draw on everything, not actually, well we are going to do some drawing today actually, but we are going to look at everything we have learned this week and then we are going to add into that the division symbol. So we're going to be sharing amounts, we're going to be grouping amounts, we're going to record our sharing and recording our grouping as a division number sentence using the symbol, which I'm going to show you in a minute, and then we are going to solve some problems. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, I want to do a little bit of a warm-up though. So I'm going to get you to pause the video now and I would like you to answer these number sentences. So we've got 2 times 8 or 2 groups of 8. Remember the multiplication sign means groups of. 5 groups of 9, 2 groups of 7, 5 groups of 7. And on a scrap piece of paper, I just want you to write the answers. You can use resources to help you. Please use resources to help you actually. It's been really helpful I think using Lego bricks or cubes or pasta or whatever you've had this week. So keep using them please, even for the multiplication. Right, pause the video now. Okay, good. So let's just go through these answers before we carry on. So 2 groups of 8, which is 8 add 8 is 16. 5 groups of 9, or you could have done 9 groups of 5, the other way round, is 45. 2 groups of 7, 7 add 7 is 14. And 5 groups of 7, or 7 groups of 5, is 35. Okay, marvellous if you managed to get those correct. Well done, everybody. Right then, let's move on to the division symbol then. Okay, so the division symbol looks like this. It is a dot with a line and then a dot underneath. Okay, and that symbol means divided by, or shared into, or grouped by, or grouped into even. Any of those words would describe what we do when we see this symbol. Okay, so let's see this symbol in action then. Here, well actually let's use this symbol. So here we have some apples. What I would like to do, again you can do this on a scrap piece of paper or you can just do it with your resources. We've got apples, I want you to share them equally into these groups. So first of all, let's count the number of apples we've got. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to put 15 down here. Okay. And here are the number of groups that we're going to share it into. So we've got 1, 2, 3 groups. And I'm going to put the 3 here. Okay, and what we've got, I'm going to fill in these boxes as well. 15 shared between 3 groups of, and we're going to find the answer. So I want you to put your 15 cubes, or 15 whatever it is, into 3 groups please, and I'm going to do it on the board as well. So I'm going to draw my apple, and I'm going to cross through this apple. The next one goes in the next box, and I'm going to cross through, and again cross through it, and then I start back here again. So cross through, let's see if I can go a bit quicker. So I'm doing 1 group at a time, or 1 group as I go, 1 apple in each group. Oh, look at that, 3 left. 1, 2, 3. So I've crossed them all out so I know I've got them. I'm just going to double check that I've got the same amount in each group. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this one. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this one. So Before, we were writing that as 15 shared between 3 groups of 5. What we're going to do today is use the division symbol. So instead of writing shared between, we're going to put the division symbol in. So we've got 15 divided into 3 groups equals 5. So that all of those words get used up by this one symbol. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. Here we've got 22 divided into 2 groups. So here's my bar model. I've got the 22 at the top, and underneath I've got the 2 groups. Okay, so we're going to put 22 into these 2 groups. Now, there's an easy way of doing it. Rather than drawing out 22, I mean, you can use your resources, but you are going to be drawing today, so it could be useful to start drawing these groups or putting them as a bar model. There's an easy way of doing this. Rather than drawing out 22 objects and then crossing them through, we're going to cheat a little bit, and we're going to do this. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to keep going until we get to number 22. I've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. What you want to do is you now want to check that you've got 22. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I've got 22. Now you just want one box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I can write the answer as 22 divided into 2 groups equals 11. So with division, we always start with the biggest number, just like subtraction. We want the number to get smaller, so that's our divide by. That's the number of groups we're going to use. And then our answer is the number in each group. So the biggest, this is the total. So we start with the total, we divide it into this many groups, which was 2. The number 11 is how many's in each group. That's each number has a role to play. So here we've got it already divided, but we've got some numbers missing. We do know that this is 12, so we've got 12 penguins altogether. How many groups have we got this time? Just pause the video now, or just talk to your grown-up. How many groups can you see? Okay, we've got 1 group over here, we've got 2 groups. So 12 divided by 2, and then this number here is the number in 1 group, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, let's move on. So now I've got nothing. I've got no bar model, I've got no pictures to help me. So this is where we have to start drawing it ourselves. And you will be doing this in your activity, well, especially the year 2s. You will be doing this in your books today using the sheet that I've given you for today's activity. So we're going to start with 10. So I am going to make my dots a bit bigger, and I'm going to draw 10 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now you can do this one of 2 ways. You can have this as the number of groups, or you could have it as the number in a group. So think about, we're sharing it or we're grouping it. You can do it either way, and I'm going to show you both ways. So we've got our 10. First of all, I'm going to show you it as in 5 groups. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's change. So this one, this dot is going to go in here. This dot's going to go in here. This one's going to go in here. This one's going to go in here. So I've now got 1 in each group, but I've still got some more to do. So 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. So I have got 5 groups with 2 in each group. So that was the answer. What if I did it the other way though? So let me get rid of this again. Okay, this time I want to put my 10 into groups of 5. So 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to use an array to do this. 4, 5. That's one group. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's another group. So here I've divided my 10 into groups of 5, not 5 groups. How many groups have I got altogether? I've still got 2. So the answer is the same. It doesn't matter which way round you do it. It's whatever you find easiest. A lot of people find if they put them into groups of 5 or 5 groups, that's the easier way of doing it. Okay, so what I want you to do is, using your resources, can you find the answer to this one by yourself? So get 8 cubes or 8 whatevers, put it into either 2 groups or put it into groups of 2. What's the answer going to be? Pause the video now. Okay, you should have an answer. I'm only going to show you one way of doing it. I'm going to show you into 2 groups. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's my 2 groups. This one's going to go in here. This one's going to go in here. Back to start again. Okay, so I've got 4 in this group. I've got 4 in this group. That makes 4 in there. You might have put it into groups of 2, which would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, which is what you were doing yesterday in your maths. So this is the last question I'm going to go through before you have a go at your sheets today. Here we've got something slightly different because we've got a missing number. So here we've got 9 divided by something equals 3. So remember, this was our total. So we've got our 9 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we want to put them into some groups where there's 3 in a group. That's what that means. So 9 divided into a certain number of groups equals 3 in a group. So all you need to do is put a circle around 3 dots, put a circle around 3 dots, and another 3 dots. How many groups do we have? 1, 2, 3. So 9 divided into 3 groups equals 3. You could do it the other way around if you wanted to check. So now you've got 9 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3. Cross out dot, cross out dot, cross out dot, cross out dot, 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 dot. And we've got the same as up there. We've just done it the other way round. So when you have a missing number, you're going to put the total, divide it into an unknown number of groups, but there's going to be 3 in each group. That's what you do when it comes to your missing number problems. Okay then. So year 1s and year 2s have got different activities today. Year 1s, you've already got objects in an array and you've got the calculation below. So here it says put the flowers into groups of 2. So this is grouping, not sharing. How many groups can you make? So you've got 8. You're going to put them into groups of 2. How many groups have you got? answer that question. Again, groups of 2, but this time you've got 12 beach balls. How many groups of 2 can you make? So you're recording it as the number sentence. Same for this one over here. This one, you've got to work out how many you're going to put them into groups of 5, and you should have 3 in a group. How many have you got all together? So I want you to work through the questions on this sheet. Then you've got a problem solving activity, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Year 2s, you just have a small sheet. I do not want you to stick this in your book. What I want you to do is to record the number sentence in your book and then show your working underneath. So the first one says 4 divided by 2, so you're going to put 4 in a box. The division sign goes in its own box. 2 goes in its own box, equal in its own box, and then the answer here. And then underneath the question, I want you to show me your working. So you're not just going to use the resources, you're actually going to draw it. So you're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, divided into 2 groups, 1, 2, and then you're going to show me the answer. And then you must make sure you record the answer after the equal sign. Go through the others as well. So then you're going to write 10 divided by 5 in your book, 12 divided by 4, 14 divided by 2. Here you've got a missing number 1, so you've got 15. You're going to put it into some groups. There's 3 in a group. And this one, 16, how could you decide how you're going to divide it? Could you divide it into 3 groups? Could you divide it into 4? I want you to try and work that out. There's more than one answer for the bottom one. You only need to do one answer. And that is it. Remember, you are writing these in your book. You're not just recording the answer on the sheet and sticking the answer in. And sticking the sheet in. I want to see your workings out for every single question. Okay, everybody's problem solving is the same. Here you've got an array with some eggs on it, and it says write a division sentence to match the picture. So what are you going to put in the boxes? How many have you got all together? How many groups are you going to make? How many in each group? Simple as that. Okay. And then we're going to be moving on to something a little bit trickier next week. Good luck with today.